And okay, well, I know that I'm not, yeah, intellectually, but when when you see, for example, this reality, exactly what do you see?
What do I see?
Yeah,
I see everything the same. It's just
yeah,
um there's really no definitiveness in anything anymore. So there's no knowing of what anything is. Not that the intellect can't label things and make stories, but there's no energy behind it anymore. It's just another appearance. So everything is totally empty, but it there's a newness to it. Like everything's pretty vibrant in a way because there's no more conceptual knowing of what anything is.
yeah. But for example, you're able to see, I don't know, this vibration and see that's a tree because I learned that that was a tree.
Yeah, the it seems like the brain still knows relative stuff.
Okay,
The intellect is pretty much the same. So it was totally an energetic uh a falling away that changes how things appear because
yeah,
now the body is no different from anything else that's appearing. It energetically
yeah,
feels that way. And so no one is moving, no one is owning or moving this hand. It's just another happening.
yeah, I got that. But for example, you said that there's no free will, no? But you can uh, select the choices you want. For
The
example, if you can select, for example, if you have I don't know, three types of ice cream, you can reach. I prefer this one. Who's selecting?
yeah,
Who's choosing?
the
The
body
body?
preferences, yeah.
That's the brain?
Um, yeah, I can't say for sure exactly what it is, but probably mainly the brain. Um, I think so. I don't know. We also honestly we don't know what the brain is and how it actually functions.
Yeah,
Like, I think scientists can guess a lot of things just as doctors can, and they can kind of see a cause and effect, but it's really all an interpretation of the unknown.
yeah, yeah.
It can still be used, but yeah, we have no idea how anything is happening.
Yes, because, for example, you are in no place and you're nothing, but you are observing everything or what your world.
You could say the body is able to observe stuff, perceive stuff.
But would you say that you are, for example, a conscious that's behind this rea- this world and you are imagining it, or It's a dream, an illusion of that conscious.
Mm, the illusion and dream is more the reality of the person,
Yeah.
but now everything is just appearing. It's empty and full, and there's no beginning or end to anything. We So it's all this like kind of singular energy appearing to play, including whatever's happening here or there. Um, yeah, I wouldn't call it consciousness.
But you're able to create something, or everything's just appearing, or the creation is in my mind because I can't make anything outside of the wholeness.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's not seen as anything actually happening. If creation, what you want to call creation, appears to happen from this, there's no real knowing of what actually happened. It's all this unknown, mysterious energy, but it's totally empty. It has no real substance, and the only story that can arise from what was created is just a story. It's not really real.
Mm.
Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, yes, and I know that we live in stories, but the thing is, it's supposed that there's um, a consciousness that, or some, the name doesn't matter, but there's something that where all these things happens. There's a space, an absolute God, or what? How do you want to not name it? It doesn't matter, but there's something that allows everything to happen. This unconditional love that sometimes you said, from where it comes.
Yeah, that's the unknown.
And remains unknown for you.
Yeah, yeah. Nothing is known. Yeah.
So the only thing we can say then, this is it, and that's it.
Yeah.
The this instant, the present, not the present moment, the instant. I think it's different.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally not based in time because time doesn't exist. It's just
Yeah,
appearing to happen. And this is infinity already. So there's no real way to understand that. Um, yeah, you can call it whatever you want. You can call it God,
yeah.
you can call it consciousness, but I find it really confusing. So I don't use that word. Um,
Which word do you use for, or you don't use anything?
yeah, I use different stuff like the empty fullness or the unknown or yeah, unconditional love, like pure aliveness, empty life.
But you said, for example, in some of your videos that you are now more relaxed, more in peace with you, with your family, and yeah. Why?
Um, it seems like there's this There's a total, so you can't use any words, but like it feels like a total neutrality with whatever is happening. So now it feels like there's no more energy trying to control life or needing life to be a certain way. Um, but it's difficult to imagine because it's not like this body doesn't react. It can get angry, it can set boundaries, it can say no, it can not like a situation, and it can respond in whatever way, but still there is no need to control anything. It it's just what it is in a way. And yeah, there's like this just it just kind of is this underlying sense of this is already whole and perfect. And now there's no one here relating to anyone. It's just responses happening. And there's no individual seen anywhere. So there's no more like needing to be something for someone, needing to please someone, or needing to get anything from someone. Yeah, there's just more of a freedom for whatever the body wants to do, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah. It's lovely, but the way we are right now as human bodies, thinking we are a human body or we are inside the human body, at the end is what it is. It's not bad. It's different. It's a different reality only.
A,
That's it.
a different reality, but also it's it's this one reality that's you can't define it. So you can say it's real and unreal. We just don't know. And an appearance in this one reality is this illusion of a me living a life.
Yeah.
And so yes, it is all one already. It's already whole. So you can't really, it's difficult to see a problem anywhere in a sense. It's just what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you will be more in peace.
Yeah, I guess there's an underlying sense of peace. I
Yeah.
don't know if I would call it peace because it sounds like a feeling, but I would say like it's kind of a lack of caring because the person can really care uh,
Ah,
about a
yes.
lot of different things, but the care is really gone. And it sounds like a negative thing, maybe, but the energy is just not there to care. So everything is so equal, no matter what arises.
Yeah. Yes. And you can, I, I feel it's not a sense, but I think it's a piece like uh, I don't know. It's everything is in peace. In how I don't know a word for this. Yeah, but you just stay here and what it is, and there's no need for anything else.
Mm.
What do you do in your days, your normal day? For example, today, did you have breakfast?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I had breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have lunch. Do
I
you eat? Do you,
eat pretty normal now.
yeah.
Yeah. Before maybe the appetite was just not there for a bit, but now it's just normal. Like I don't eat a lot, but I eat.
Yeah. Do you sleep the whole night, or do you wake up in sometimes very early, or I don't know, 4 or 5 o'clock, and do something and then go to bed again if you want? I don't know.
I sleep. I sleep the whole night. Yeah. I like
And during the day,
no, not really.
no,
Yeah.
that it's a complete normal life.
Yeah, yeah. It's pretty
Yeah.
normal. Yeah. I would say like um first of all, every body is so different. But I think like when an apparent shift is kind of taking place, whether it be an apparent short amount of time or just extended, yeah, there can be some interesting things that the body just kind of goes through. Um, but yeah, now it's quite normal and nothing weird.
That's good. That's good.
Mhm.
No, because I usually sit over here, and this is what I my view. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. So I really relax over here, and I stay here for 1 2 hours during the day. Yeah, doing nothing or a lot. I don't know. Depends from the point of view. And I found that I can be in the same uh, energy that's here. Yeah, I don't know if I think it's difficult for me to remove the intellectualization, I would say. Yeah, or thinking, because it's almost 70 years thinking, so it's not easy to stop thinking. But I found that being here with all these flowers and some animals that came here, insects, they gave me, and I said, that sense of peace, that I'm part of this, and I don't know if I'm close or no to have a wake up of this, but I enjoy right now what it is,
yeah.
uh, but I don't know anything. When you say, for example, that we don't know, you're talking of a kind of energy stuff, because I I know that when we say there's a tree over there, the tree is just a name, but there's a lot. There's maybe an intelligence. There's energy flowing. There's molecules, atoms that we don't know how they work. That's the we they don't know. You said.
I think it's like yeah, it just seems like a kind of like an obviousness, like that everything is totally empty, that nothing has any real substance. I don't,
Mm-hmm.
kind of don't think of it scientifically, but I know that science at the root of everything, they know that it's empty, it's nothing. But
Mhm.
I don't really think of it that way. It's like it's an yeah, it seems like more of an energetic like
Vibration.
everything's just empty. It's not I don't know what it is. It's
That, do,
honestly like it's just no separation.
yeah, I realize, I don't know, but the separation is because we don't see the air.
Mm,
Uh, once I remember I thought the air at the end is the same energy as a wall, a tree, a swimming pool. It's the same energy,
yeah.
but we don't see it. So we say there's an empty space over there, and it's not.
Mm, yeah. And I guess part of the illusion, it's only part of it. It's mostly, I think, in the brain, but it is like when you interact with another human, you can visually see a separation, even though it's not real, because of what you just said. You really feel like this body is just functioning and there's someone in there doing all of the functioning. And it energetically solidifies a sense of a something here apart from everything. And yeah, when
Yeah,
that dissolves, then yes, what you just described, like the air, the body, the walls, all of it is the same.
yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. It really is like a disappearance of something.
Me,
Yeah.
me. That's the one that has to disappear. The me,
Yeah.
the doer.
Mm-hmm. The sense of, yeah, doership or
Yeah,
control.
yes.
Yeah.
No, I after I found this, I enjoy. For example, sometimes I'm sitting here and suddenly I feel. For example, I play. For example, I want, I don't know, a glass of water, and I feel I don't have the energy to go and pick up a glass of water. So I'm still here desiring a glass of water, but not moving. And I say, oh, this is interesting because I have the desire, but not the energy. And suddenly, and say, okay, I'm going to pick it up. And I go and pick up a glass of water. So I, now making things here because I live, this is an acre, I think. So I have a lot of things to do here in the garden. And sometimes I say, no, I don't have the energy for that. For example, I'm building an hydroponic stuff, but I've been working on it around 2 months and I didn't advance too much. But I say it will, when I had the energy, it will go. Yeah. And, and it's fine. And it's funny to find that that I have to wait the energy to move. If not, and I can see it.
Yeah.
Do you, do you have desires, for example?
Not many. Uh, that's a difficult question because even if there were desires, they're not very, they have a really different sense to it. because it kind of literally feels like there's such an expansiveness, like, and there's no central location anymore, which was giving a lot more power to the wants and desires and fears of the body. Um, but now it's like it's so dispersed, and yeah, I think there are desires in the body, but they seem a lot more simple, at least for now. Like desire to do much is just not really there, but desire to like speak to people about this or go to the park or eat something yummy or watch something that's entertaining, like simple stuff like that can arise.
I think that the only thing I want now is just to be. And I would say I kind of be conscious of what it is. And when speaking to other people, another person, I think is a kind of knowing that, that he's a kind of projection of a reality that he's living, but it's not important at the end.
Mm,
So you can interact more relaxed with the people.
mm. Yeah, that can happen.
Yeah, it's interesting. This I would like to live some years just to see what's going on here because I feel there's something moving in the energy of this world. I don't know what, but it's the the structure we had. They are moving. They are moving. The values maybe in my country, for example, religion, the Catholic religion, nobody cares about that anymore. Or no, I won't say nobody, but most of the people today don't care. And they had, I don't know, 10 years ago, a voice, very important voice, and today they don't have it. And for example, this moral or ethical values, the young people, they don't have it. And so they are acting completely different from what we were accustomed to it. And I think something's shifting here. Something's shifting. I don't know.
Mm,
But I would like to watch it. I enjoy seeing this. I don't like to see much TV. I enjoy more being alone and sitting here or over there, the grass. But I I I I found it very how to say it in English. It's a kind of motivation. What's going on here? Really, I think the world's changing.
mm.
I think it has always changed, but
Yeah,
it's moving.
yeah,
It's always moving. Yeah.
yeah. It's beautiful. So there's always going to be the appearance of evolution, and it is a story. It's not really real in
Hmm.
the way that we think, but yeah, it's totally fascinating to see the apparent shifts. And yeah, you can say like I think maybe also more people are seeing that you don't need an authority anywhere. You don't need anyone to tell you what to be and how to be a good person. And you don't need
Yeah.
that. The body actually kind of just in its like so-called natural state. I don't think that harm is that possible in the extreme sense of like a self-centered kind of um, energy that can really want to dominate others or um, yeah, make a statement in that way. Like I can't say that for sure, but yeah, because it also seems like the desires really do diminish a bit, you know, like the greed in things, and there's no need for excess stuff.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah,
Yeah, when you don't have too much stuff to care about it, you are more light, so you can fly if you want.
Mhm.
I ah, but at the end, this is what it is. That's all.
Yeah, yeah. It's so simple.
Yeah, with no stories, and I think at the end, we are always in stories. For example, if you watch the news, they're all stories. They are not news.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because what happened maybe hours or maybe days ago, they're telling a story in case what happened if that guy instead of that would I don't, yeah. So
Mm.
it's a story. Everything is a story. All the people tell stories. That's the reason I think sometimes it's better to be quiet.
Mm.
And I enjoy, for example, when you are with a group of people, everybody wants to tell their stories, but
Mm-hmm.
if you keep quiet, nobody will care about you.
Mm.
Everybody wants to tell their stories only. They don't listen to the stories of the other guys. Really, I enjoy it sometimes when I'm in a group and you see the people interacting. They are always trying to interrupt the other one too, so they can tell their story.
Yeah.
And you just watch it, and you can see the reality, or maybe the word reality. I don't know if it's that, but see what's going on there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Mm.
It could it could happen that you can see things a lot more clearly. You can kind of see the construct of the illusion and why it's so convincing. And they are their story, you know? The identity is the story,
Yes,
and
yes,
it's very important for that one. It's automatic.
yeah,
Yeah.
mm. Yes,
Yeah. That's why it's difficult to see beyond the story because the person is the story. Not just here, but like energetically, it feels really real.
yes. Because sometimes when, for example, with my wife, when I say, "Oh, you're that what you're saying, it's just a story," and it's easy to get a conflict over there because uh, she really lives his story
Mm.
or her story. Yeah. And I say it's just a story. but you can say that you do. It's something you can watch, yeah, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you can kind of see how automatic it is.
Hmm.
No one's in control of the identity because the identity itself is arising on its own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, now it's your turn. You can ask the questions. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, is there anything you're confused about that could clarify things? Because sometimes, like, I can have a sense there that there's a lot of just like relaxation in general, and there's not much need for anything, not much seeking for that much. Um, and yeah, I think one thing I can say, it's not really based on what you said, but one thing that can happen with the sense of a me is like it wants to kind of, and this is so natural, but it wants to imitate or mimic what's being expressed, you know, which is fine. If that happens, it happens, and there's really nothing wrong with that. It can relax the body and stuff. Um, but sometimes it can maybe feel like there could be a contraction again back into, let's say, me and my story, and then a relaxing, and that can kind of happen back and forth. Um, yeah, so it can kind of feel like a pulsating at times.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I think that that happens because sometimes you are very uh, in this moment, and something happens, or you maybe what you think, and it contracts again, and you're doing something that you have to do or you want to do to get something. But I found that too. I the stop of seeking I've found in my case, and I start to get bored of the, for example, in this case, the YouTube, that they always say the same thing because it's the only thing it is. Yeah, I know that. But and I said, it's this again, the same thing. The people that ask questions is is always the same. Is how to get from here to here. Yeah, but when you see that this is it, I found that there's no need for more.
mhm.
And I would say that in my case, that I'm not but my case, yeah, I have. I don't know if it's 100%. I don't think it's 100%, but I have stopped seeking. I stopped reading some books I was reading, and now I'm enjoying reading because I like it. Now, not because I want to find an answer to a question. Yeah. Right now, I'm reading. I don't know if you know him. It was Nisargadatta.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I enjoy the questions they ask and the answer he gives in that book, and that's it. Some videos, for example, but yeah, I I sometimes I watch your videos. I enjoy the relation with you. It's interesting because when I saw you the first time, I think was about February, March, I don't know. Yeah. I saw and I feel that you weren't happy.
Mm,
You were a bit sad, uh, not living a lovely life.
mm.
Yeah. But now you're looking different. You smile more. You smile more. I think, and I don't know if that's the process of this shifting because it's a new thing. You have to adapt to it. Your body has to adapt to it. Yeah. So, but I love you in that way, really, really. And they are in English, so I have to say to have more efforts in my brain to understand everything. But that's it. I
Yeah.
think more than the understanding, I can think is a resonate. Resonate. I think it's a feeling. It's more like a communication, maybe between beings. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's completely energetic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It can try to be like people can try to understand it, but really it's all energetic.
So it's not understandable.
It's not understandable. No.
Yeah.
Because also what this is an absence of a reality that felt really real. So when you're in that, or the identity is that reality. So in that reality, the message is not talking really to it. It's talking about something beyond it that is also it. And so how can a confined reality know or understand what's beyond it? It just doesn't. So
Yeah.
it's totally a resonance.
Yes. Yes. Lovely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting that you have, yeah, you can see the difference from like February,
Yeah.
March. Yeah.
Do you have experiences
Well,
uh,
what
as 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 the being you feel you are now? Not the Suzanne.
mm,
Do you have experiences, or experiences are only for the body?
mm. I guess you can still describe like, yeah, the body walks. Um, yeah, it has a very different feel. It doesn't feel like an experience. It just feels like a happening.
For example, I usually go to walk about 4 kilometers here, and I enjoy getting, I would say inside, but just being, and I can feel that I don't move, but my body is moving. It's a treadmill, I think, or something like that. Yeah, but the body's moving, but I feel that I'm not moving. I'm just there, and it's enjoyable, yeah, to see that because you realize that you're not the body. There's some I can watch my body. I can see it from, I don't know, behind, from above. Yeah, that it's walking,
Yeah.
but I'm not walking.
Yeah.
I'm not walking really.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, there's like this noticing that can happen that the body is literally just doing what it's doing. Yeah.
Yeah. And you stay there. You
Mm.
stay there. And that's the reason I asked at the beginning about the consciousness, because I thought that what's realizing this is the conscious that I am, maybe. I, yeah, because I know that I'm not the body. Yeah, I'm not what I think, my senses. That's not me. I have a doubt with the mind, because I think there's a kind of small mind, that there's maybe a big mind that owns everything, and there's a small mind that's working with me as a body. I
Mm.
don't know. Yeah, maybe that these are just constructions to explain the explainable, the
Mm.
unexplainable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The noticing, I mean, this is just a description too, but it just seems like a maybe functioning of the brain. So I wouldn't say that it's you or the I am or consciousness. I mean, you could call it, I guess, kind of a consciousness, but the I just like to say noticing because it sounds more like a neutral functioning that's just happening,
Yeah.
just like the wind blowing. And the noticing is maybe a functioning of the brain, and no one is doing that. It's just happening.
Do you believe in a soul?
Um, I think that's a. It seems like a concept.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, the name soul, it's just a name. So,
Yeah,
but it's like having a part of the wholeness in us.
but there's only the wholeness.
Yeah, and maybe the soul is connected to the wholeness always, and that's the reason this is a dream, our life
Oh, okay.
as
Yeah,
a
yeah.
body.
You can say like maybe the sense of a me. You could also describe it as maybe a soul. You could give it that name too. But ultimately it is a dream reality.
Yeah,
And within
I,
that dream, everything appears.
of course.
Yeah.
In a book I read, it was a canonization from Jesus. Yeah, and he said that the soul was part of the Holy Spirit that was God. Yeah, the names are Christian, so don't worry about it. And the soul came to live this separate experience, and it was so how is said, uh, it was so intense the way it wanted to live, that it forgets that he's always connected to what it is,
Mm,
and it start to live this life, having the experiences. Yeah, and but basically it was a kind of forgetting that he was connected, or
mm,
it was connected. Yeah,
yeah.
and what we're doing now is exactly the opposite, is remembering what we are.
Mm.
For example, do you feel that you are, when you be with your friends, that you are the same energy with them, the same, I don't know, conscious, not nothing, I don't know how you want to call it.
Mm.
Do you feel the same with them?
Yeah, there is a sense of
Unity?
I guess you can say it like that, but it's more like a I don't know what anything is. It's more like a nothingness. Which it I don't need
Uh-huh.
it to sound like negative, but like it and it's not negative. It's or you can say
No,
it's just aliveness and there's just literally no
emptiness.
knowing. Yeah, there's just no knowing of what is happening. Interactions are just happening and there's no sense that is relating or experiencing anything. It's the body just reacts and yeah, everything is seen as yeah, empty.
But you feel a connection or with the other empty body, not the body, the soul. How do you want to call it?
Um no, so I the sense of a me or what I guess you can say you can describe it name it as a soul or something like that dissolved. That sense really dissolved. So there's no way to have that sort of connection. But the body can still feel like happy to see another body or like interact with another body. It can still have these feelings, but it's really not owned by anything. So I don't know, it's just another appearance like everything else.
Yeah, but that's the body.
Mhm.
But the real you, the real you that's one with everything. Do you feel that one with everything? Do you feel something as a whole? As a
So
whole?
you can say like it's just everything.
Hmm.
So I can't really say like I'm everything because when the identity goes, I don't like to say like I'm everything because
Okay.
it's just so it can be misinterpreted. So there's just
Yeah.
everything. And what was your question?
But you're you are part of that everything. You are that everything. It's not you, yeah, but that I think that's the way because the the concept of the soul helps, yeah, because it's the same as God, for example, the same thing, but you can individualize it so you can explain it more easily,
Mm,
yeah. So if your soul is the same as the wholeness, yeah, and this is just a narrative, yeah? Don't worry about it. And you meet with, for example, with me, are you able to feel to connect with my soul? It's not mine, I know it's the same, but do you feel a connection beyond the body, the mind, and all this stuff?
mm, I see what you're saying. There's a sense that all there is everything that's appearing. Um, so there's no sense of like here, like a soul connecting to another soul. It's just already boundless. It's already just this.
Yeah. Hmm. Good. Okay. Thank you, Susan.
Yeah, it was
If
nice to see you again.